We interrupt this broadcast with a newsflash from the BBC. Loads of us remember where we were when those dramatic live bulletins were relayed from here and shook the nation. From JFK to MLK, from Apollo 11 to 9/11, and from Nelson Mandela to Princess Diana. This is BBC Television Centre in London.
The 6 o'clock news from the BBC.
Half the world's population is now connected to the internet. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and of course the 24-hour global news feeds have basically made the newsflash meaningless. The big stories light up the little screens and we live our lives inside one gigantic newsflash. There's a guy in the Bible called John the Baptist who did a really important job. In today's language, he set up the social media accounts for Jesus. He was really just the warm-up act, but a lot of people thought he was the headliner. But he set the record pretty straight on that one with a social media status update that said this: "There is one coming who I am not worthy to bend down and lace up his boots." Contained in the Bible are the words of God that are posted and shared by Jesus and have been trending around the world for 2,000 years. And standing like two gigantic bookends to his 33 years of life on this earth are two great news flashes from heaven that literally define the destiny of the human race. This is the first one. "The Spirit of the Lord is on me," Jesus said, "because he has anointed me to proclaim good news for the poor, freedom for the prisoners, the recovery of sight for the blind, and to set the oppressed free." I'll tell you the other news flash in a moment, but first we're going back through the corridors of history to the First World War. Trench warfare produced huge challenges to communication, and cable laying was second only to going over the top in terms of danger. Nevertheless, by 1917, a 500-mile-long network of cables had been laid in the trenches along the Western Front. Kind of what's that 100 years before the internet. There's a famous old painting that depicts a dramatic event that took place amongst the mud and the rats and the squalor of the Battle of the Somme in 1918. An unarmed soldier had ventured out into no man's land to repair a transmission cable that had been snapped by shell fire, interrupting vital trench-to-trench communications. It was equivalent to the internet going down at the worst possible time in the worst possible location. The painting shows that soldier bridging together the broken connections in his hands and restoring communication even to the peril of his own life. It has deep resonance with the mission of Jesus and the second of those great news flashes from heaven that he delivered on the cross. Jesus ventured out into the no man's land of humanity's separation from God, and with his arms outstretched on the cross, he cried out, "It is finished." The final status update at the climax of his 33 years of life on this earth that sounds throughout time and eternity. Contact restored. Our rejection of God as Father has broken the wireless connection and interrupted his divine current into our lives. But it was fixed by Jesus. And so by surrendering our lives to his finished work and humbling ourselves, we can be forgiven, restored, and reconnected to God.